Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Nick. I make some cool lights here and there. So yeah, today we're actually going to install our power windows and semi-power locks. I did have to get a little setup for the car, so I needed actuators basically, so it didn't come with it. So here's my old school alarm here. If you guys remember this alarm, I did an unboxing or like a review on it, but I've had it on the keychain for a while, but I never actually, there's no function to it. So today we're going to be doing that today. If you guys have it already, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. I got some cool stuff coming in the way, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and show you the windows now. So, like any other car, you needed to be in run position or on the on, so it actually goes through the power of the window. So we'll put it to on, go ahead and try to put down the window and all the way down and all the way up. Now this also has an auto down feature. You press it once, it goes all the way down and all the way, not up, but it's okay, it's fine. Still gotta get a little bit more, but as you can see, this is the look of the other one. There's some distinct features like this foam. This is actually foam, and that part is actually part of it. Like it's the same material, but this piece is a foam material. This trim, actually bezel, if you have any of the other models, this one actually doesn't come off, only on the GS, GST, and GSX, and the convertibles. They all come off except for the RS and the base. So, as well as you get a little fancy here on this line, and you get a little pocket here for your napkins or whatever, your little Twinkies, as Riding Rides would say. So, I had to cut out this, like I said, this little section here is the one that's oh, and the speaker here. Speaker is kind of weird. This looks like an air vent, no pocket. That's it. So for tools, you don't really need a lot for this project here. I think mostly you're gonna have to tackle is the nuts and bolts to the regulator, but you're gonna need the door panel, of course. You're gonna need some soldering material. You can do like or what is it called, butt connectors, whatever, splice connectors. You can use those too. That's perfectly fine if you want to use those. I just prefer that. Again, like I said, this is the motor or the alarm here. I think this is the, I'm sorry, so I believe, yeah, so here's the siren that I want to figure out how to put on, but I'll give it another day. So here is the actuator, like I said. This is the brand I went with. I did some Googling, so there you go. Pair that with the alarm because it didn't have any. And of course, the car didn't have power locks, so these are a must. As you can see, they're 2 wires. I'm going to show you exactly how I did the other one, but it's pretty easy. All these other wires here, I think all these connectors here were part of the inner connector inside the door. So these little ones I actually keep. In terms of that, a couple wrenches here and there, socket set. I'm actually going to show you the regulator. Okay, so here is the regulator. As you can see, that's the motor part here. That turns the gears there, and then this part actually scissors up, so it actually moves like that, almost like a crane or some type of forklift. You have some bolts here. Those actually go to the window, and you have your standard connector here, power and ground, which is really easy. So I decided to go brand new. Again, you can source these at your local junkyard if you do have one. If not, then I advise you just to get new, because you're just gonna take it off again if it's not. So yep, so that's it. The crank one, I'll show you when I get it out. It should be pretty easy. We don't have that much things to do, so. that you want to take off. One, you guys see my finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. This bolt here, so that's like if you're looking at the door, right? Right, this one with a little slot in between, that is your adjustment bolt. Sometimes the adjustment bolts here or there, I think they might use the same one, but we'll see. Note the position where it's at. You can take a marker, Sharpie, whatever, just mark it right there, and so you can line it up later. So you don't really need to take off this one. It's all the 10s actually. It's the motor guide. You can look at your new motor regulator and assembly to see what's wrong with it or what bolts do you need to take off. But it's just a 10 here. Don't take them off all the way, just kind of loosen them. So yeah, let's get on to it. Just careful because the window's gonna drop. All right, now that you can push it out. There you go. While holding the window up, you can take off the regulator and motor assembly. There you go. That's it right there. Now slowly drop it down. Also note the orientation. Drop it down like that for now. And let me show you the regulators. Right in this upright position. When you crank the window, it goes on these gears, causing the window to go up. As you can see, there's some grease here to keep it from getting stuck. So that's the motion. Those are the two bolts, 1, 2, that we took off. We look at the power option. We have the old one there and the new one. As you can see, the bolting mounting locations look to be the same. Might be slight differences, but as long as the window guides line up, those guys there, it should be pretty much aligned. Alright guys, so I managed to make it stay. As you can see, it's staying. Motor pointing up with the wires, so that's how it goes. Now we can get in here. This is the tricky part, trying to finagle it, but it should be, that was easy. Easier than expected. Alright guys, little update. Fast forward into the future here. I got it to line up correctly. I had to take off this insill or inner window molding here. You just get a flat head and just carefully pry it open because those can bend. And then the mirror has to come off a little bit to get it aligned with this. I usually align it with this top of the gusset here. I'm not sure what to call it, but other than that, it just make sure you get these bolts back in. I only use 5 out of the 6. And then the original one used 6, so it's kind of weird. But like I said, this is your adjustment bolt. What you need to do is, if it's tilting like that and it's all the way closed like this, and there's a little gap on the top, what you gotta do is just push it up, and then loosen this bolt, push it up, and then tighten it while pushing it up. So that way it holds it in place, and then everything should be fine. So let me just demonstrate that it's working. So all right, we're going down, and this is up. We're rolling it up, and it closes all the way. Yeah, there's no weird knocking sounds or anything. I went ahead and greased the rails. You can use any type of grease, but let's go ahead and move on to the next step, which is wiring everything up. So let's go down to that. Your front actually acts like a master to to all the systems. So this basically will control everything. As you can see, it has the most wires, 5 wires here going into the system. I figured out all of this already. As you can see, this is our passenger one. So here's the 2-wire one, blue and green. Okay, it says right there. And then it goes into the system. I already figured out the 15 amp fuse, 12 volt power wire. That's the white wire on these cars, the white big wire. And your ground could be anything, just make sure it's clean, brush it off. You can share a ground, and etc. So, and then this manual switch trigger. So this one is actually for, it's for the alarm for your unlock and lock system. So as you can see, there's your switch, and when you press lock, it sends the signal, completes it there, and it locks the signal, and then it's back to open. So that's how the basic central door lock. If you guys want to take a picture of this or screen cap, go ahead. We're going to go ahead and attempt to do this here. So now we're trying to figure out where do we want to mount the actuator. So let's go ahead and get onto that. So for the driver's side, I actually mounted it like this, kind of like a diagonal. That way it's not flat here. If it is flat, it's going to hit this little like indent here where it kind of raises out. Other than that, you would have to come out a little bit more. But the thing is, for these, you got to make sure that only this part is secure, probably from here and on, and there, of course, the travel, right? So you got to compensate for that. But anything here can be, you know, hidden like this, you know. But you want to make sure that the actuator, right, is parallel to the rod. So if you have rods, or I think there's wires too, just make sure it's parallel. Now this distance, make sure also it's very short. I got some metal snippers here, or just all-purpose like kind of cutters, so you can cut the zinc plated, I think there's a zinc plated mounting kit here. Comes with an extra rod, and there's some hardware here, right? It clamps onto the rod, the existing locking rod. So, and then we're gonna find a bend, so we can bend it about 30 degrees, and then I'll go to the vise and do that. We got the mounting on the, whatchamacallit? We have the mounting on the actuator. Now it's just, we have to make some holes for the screws to go into. Damn. There you go. We got it almost screwed in here using the hardware they provided. Screw it in. You just need it to hold. It's not like it's gonna be torqued or anything down. But now this is the kind of finagle part where you want to make sure that part of the bracket doesn't hit the glass or anything to the door. So you don't want that to hit when you're trying to put back your door panels. It's a nightmare. So I'm gonna see if it actually hits anything. I'm gonna put the window down. Oh. So it does hit right there. Okay, so it's just part of the bracket that's hitting. Back up. Okay, watch out for the wires. Jesus. To be perfect, let me show you. So you see how like it's parallel to the rod, and we don't have anything hitting except for here, but it's not really going anywhere. It's just gonna unlock and lock right here. So yeah, that's the mounting position. So now we have to figure out is the mounting rods. We're gonna get a rod here, and you see there's a hook end here, right? You hook that end to the white part here of the actuator. Let me figure this out here. All right, so like this. Now you can align the rod parallel to the existing rod, if you guys can see that. But that hole there is basically for the rod to go to. So it's a basic system. You just kind of unscrew these screws and stick the stuff in. And when you're putting this on, you want to make sure the actuator is fully engaged. You don't want it to be like closed like this, because when you unlock it, it's not gonna do anything. So make sure it's parallel as possible, and then just tighten up the screws here. A little bit of grease on the rod. Alright guys, unsure if you can see that, but that's the connector that goes on the side of the door. So this one here connects to the side harness. As you can see, I already modified it if you guys already watched my videos for the mirrors, but we have to fill in these other slots here. As you can see, there's only like 5 wires coming out of here. When you look at the connector, right, it has all these other colors, as you can see. So what we have to do is find the other line to the other side, but I think I already know the color, so so I was going at this for a while. As you can see, it's all over the place now, but I had to fish out the whatchamacallit. This is the actuator wires, so I had to, those work perfectly, but it's for some reason the sub switch, which is this for the passenger side, just doesn't want to go down, or doesn't want to go up. So there is definitely a connection issue within this. I've already checked on that side too, so I'm concerned about that side as well not working, because all of those wires over there are actually all connected to that connector, and then it should just share the power here. I just don't know why it's not working on that side. So overall, I think it went pretty smoothly. As you can see, here's the little grommet area. That little wire is for the actuators. So I think I might just continue this another day, or look at it as complete for now, because the window goes up and it goes down. So not via here, but it's kind of weird. So alright guys, see you guys later. Alright guys, just got the power windows completed. I'll show you right now. Here's the locks in full action. Okay, unlock it like that. And so what basically happened is I needed to look into this connector again. The first time I did it, I actually pre-wired everything so that Literally I just needed to connect those wires there and then everything should work. The problem I was having is like I had a different pin connector, or I'm sorry, I had the different pins. They were a little bit smaller, so they would actually not seal all the way. So that's what I was thinking, since that side was technically, you know, one signal was working, the down signal, but it wasn't going up, and this one in general wasn't even moving at all. So I had to pick up some new switches. That didn't really fix it, so, or it didn't really make a change. Something else was I had to look at. So it was actually these connectors here. If you pull off this rubber boot here, it should be a white connector there, and that should have everything, you know, from the power windows to the locks to the mirrors. So, and also the speaker wire. So let me show you, let me demonstrate how it actually works here. So now if we go down, all right, that's up. Okay, there's down, up. So that's the power windows. Finally got them installed. Took a while, but glad we got it done. All right, guys. Into my custom taillight. That little DRL there is our, you know, running light, as well as those two, but it's very dim. These all actually are our brake light and our turn signals, just like how our lights was before. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It was a pretty nice project here on the ECLIPSE. Oh, got some stickers here. I gotta get a vinyl cutter, so I'll get that soon. That's it. Oh, and the hubcap. I'm missing one of these. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. New things left to come on this guy. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that little tutorial, or whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to document exactly how was my process on doing the conversion. So in total, I would probably not do it again, to be honest. There was probably a better solution to everything, like getting a new door and just swapping everything on. You know, you only need to unbolt 2 bolts and then the connector, and then changing the color. But if you're not really want to do all that and you want to attempt to this, by all means, it's your car. So just don't go crying to me about it if it breaks. So I finally have it. I finally have my power door locks, my power mirrors, and my power windows. The trifecta finally done. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video again. I got some cool stuff coming, as always. I mean, you can always see that. But as always, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.